This is an example of managing compensation costs. It is an Excel analysis that is paralleling the assignment that we have in this module. Although there are changes that I've made to the data, but it's meant to assist and illustrate some of the processes that we're going through in that assignment. That assignment has a written kind of step-by-step guide that goes with it, so you certainly should not just depend on the video, but use it as a supplement. This is a supplement to the assignment with different data. So this data is for a job evaluation where we're determining compensation, and you can see at the top we're going to figure out the base salary for the next year and look at how people are compensated for different steps within grades. And we see here that we've got information about the employee's name, department, position, date of hire, gender, performance, job evaluation points. This is a summary of compensable factors. We see to the right here, we've got this vertical lookup table. That's the V lookup table, and that gives us information on job evaluation points and salary grade ranges, and we're going to construct that, and all of that is going to give us a logic for our salary structure and the adjustment that is going to be made for cost of living adjustment. And we'll see at the bottom what the cost of living adjustment is going to be for the organization. And we're also going to correlate and validate our grades by correlating the points and the grades. Okay, we see here we've got a base salary of $75,000, and we're going to put that in where we have base salary, and our factor is 6%. That factor represents the steps in the salary grade. So steps in each of those grades, and you can see 8 steps, each of them worth 6%. The COLA for this year is 3%. And what we're going to do then is to calculate the new base salary by multiplying the old base by the COLA. And you can see those cells highlighted and how that's done. And we can see we come up with that new base salary for the upcoming year. So here we have the VLOOKUP table that we're going to do next, and we're going to complete that table. Again, this stands for the vertical lookup table, and we've got the salary grades 14 through 21, and within each of those grades there are 8 steps. And so we're going to use the information from base salary and that step factor that we just looked at before, and create a salary structure. So we start again with the base, and you can see like we made that adjustment for cost of living, we're making an adjustment here for using that factor score and multiplying the previous base by that, and doing that down the column as we do this. And so that's how we're going to take care of our salary grade information. So we can see that when we start the next salary grade, we are going to designate a step from the previous, and here we are using step 5. Again, this may be different than the assignment, and so make sure you read the step-by-step instructions carefully, because what I like to do is to switch that around. And we can just, again, designate that cell by doing the equal sign and giving the cell designation. And what we'll do there then is continue on this process of adjusting by simply taking the cell previously above, right there, we're highlighting, and multiplying by the factor, that 6% factor that we saw at the beginning. And as we do that, again, we can check that the cells are being highlighted as we expect and the numbers are coming out as we expect. And by doing this, we are creating this salary structure and the logic of how people are paid according to their grade and step. Again, you can see I started the next column by referencing the fifth step in the previous grade, and then just again continuing on to do these calculations. One thing I just want to encourage you with these exercises, obviously I've taken the exercise and changed it around, and that's not just something to do for the class, but I think it is an example of how you can play with the data, change different key variables, and see what happens. And I think in doing that, you will be able to develop your skills and then also apply that on the job where you can do some experiments. You can do projections. What if the COLA was higher? What if the factor was lower? How can we try different salary structures, and what implications do those have? And again, if we go to the theories of compensation, we might ask questions of, what is being signaled by this salary structure? Are we incentivizing continuous improvement in our employees by uh, compensating those that are doing the most difficult jobs and compensating them in a manner that is fair and equitable? So here we have the completed table, as you see, and we will go on in step 2